Plus, the great-grandmother of baby Bella reacts to the sentence handed down to the child's mother. And an elderly woman found herself involved in a foot chase with a cutlass this past Saturday. We will tell you why. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Raven Davis, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Well, topping news tonight, high electricity bills topping the list of concerns for many residents on the island of Grand Bahama. Tonight, our Aja Quant sits with Director of Communication, Cleopatra Russell, who clarifies exactly why some may be experiencing a higher than normal increase this summer. Here's that report.
Could the record-breaking heat be a reason why many residents on the island's power bills have been higher than normal? Well, according to the Director of Communication at the Grand Bahama Power Company, Cleopatra Russell, there are various factors that can be impacting your bill.
We would have noticed, as always, during the summertime, as the temperatures rise, so do customers' bills. There is a direct correlation with weather and how much a consumer pays for energy in the summer months.
Since the start of the summer, many residents say they have seen a significant increase in their electricity bills and have been asking the Grand Bahama Power Company for some relief. Russell is now encouraging consumers to engage in energy-efficient practices, such as assessments.
Begin to assess their environment, assess their homes, assess their appliances, especially their water heaters and their air conditioners, to ensure that they're running efficiently and to see how it's impacting their usage and their bill.
The communication director adding that rate change or inefficient meters are not a contributing factor. She also emphasizes that their fuel charge has seen a nominal increase compared to the rest of the country.
Our fuel charge started off at about 11 cents in February, and we are presently at 12 cents. That's only a 1 penny increase, and of course that's been because of the impact of the international fuel market.
According to Russell, the Grand Bahama Power Company remains committed to working closely with its customers to address their needs, ensure sustainable energy solutions for the island, and to do their best in avoiding the burden of high bills on customers.
We want our customers to be able to consume energy and be able to efficiently manage it and be able to afford to pay for it. That is our goal. We've had multiple initiatives that have encouraged energy efficiency, and we still have an app on our website that customers can sign up for that really gives them some insight on how the appliances in their home is impacting their bill. Customers are saying we're not doing anything differently, but maybe it's time that we start doing a lot differently.
The communication director is now inviting any customer that may be experiencing high bills to visit their smart home in the Regent Center to learn more on how they can utilize their appliances to manage their power usage. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
Thanks, Aja. Well, tonight, Bahamians are decrying the length of time handed down to the mother of 4-year-old Bella Walker, who died at the hands of her guardians back in November of 2021. We sat down with her great-grandmother, who is sharing her thoughts regarding that sentencing. Here's that report.
I feel for the mother. Can a woman tender care? Cease toward the child she bare. May she would forgetful be. I just get emotional.
The heartfelt lyrics of that song passionately sung by Mary Lang Grant, the great-grandmother of 4-year-old Deonia Bella Walker, who was brutally beaten to death in 2021. After nearly 2 years, the child's mother, Estonia Walker, has been handed down a 3-year prison sentence. But it's a move Bahamians are vehemently rejecting, dubbing it a proverbial slap on the wrist.
God in charge. See, if she come out, Bella can't come back. If she's staying, the same thing. Ain't no use for me to say it should have been or he should have been. God tell me, Mary Ann Grant, he said, there's no secret what I can do. And what he do for you, others he'll do for me. That's what he tell me. Everything God does well done. Always know that. And he's a forgiving God.
Grant says she does not believe Bella's mother is remorseful, but contends that she's even more disturbed by the community's failure to assist the child, quite visibly in distress.
I think I can see one child, I don't know who the child is, come over here black and blue, and I can run them back there. Get out of my yard, go back, no boy, no. But I got a thing for children anyhow. And oh Jesus. So somebody can say something, when the baby don't die, then they can talk. I ain't vexed with the girl, I vexed with the people them. You have to be a brother's keeper, especially with children, man.
Now this ordeal a painful reality for Grant, who says her sleep has been disrupted and reveals that doctors have recently given her a grim prognosis. Despite this, she holds fast to the happy memories of Bella and is encouraging everyone to practice forgiveness, just as she's had to do.
She's in jail now. If you forgive her then, you can forgive her, ain't nothing we could do with that. And the baby don't die. I just was thinking about her last night, you know, boy, I tell you. Sometimes she has given me good. Remember the stuff she used to do.
All right, on to some other news. A 71-year-old woman found herself in a fit chase with a cutlass this past Saturday. This coming after a man allegedly walked into her yard and made a mad dash with her personal belongings. Our Aja Quant is on the story tonight and joins us live in the area where it all happened. Aja, what do you have for us?
Well, Raven, imagine being in your front yard and having a stranger walk up to you and snatch some of your personal belongings. Well, that is what allegedly happened to Queenie Gibson here on Nansen Avenue, where she says she is still distraught about the entire ordeal.
I was reading in front of my yard. This guy coming on this bicycle from nowhere, and I was right there reading the yard, but it was a little distant from my phone. He swing right in the yard, and he yucked my phone up and he run with it.
Undetermined by this unexpected incident, the 71-year-old gave chase with the cutlass she was using to weed her yard.
If I did catch him, if I was thinking, that cutlass was going across his back. He was against that, but he took my nerve.
And despite her bravery, the alleged thief managed to make good his escape, leaving the taxi driver with multiple injuries as a result of the chase.
Where I was running, my slippers were slippery and I slide and I damaged my finger and my shoulders and my 2 knees got damaged.
As Gibson recounted the incident, she's urging women around the country to remain vigilant of their surroundings.
I could just advise the ladies them to just be careful, especially on this road, walking on this road and stuff like that, and being around your home, even if you're not safe in your own home. So you could imagine on him. So, you know, just especially ladies with the children and stuff like that, be careful.
Now, Gibson also says she is working along with the police to capture the person or persons responsible for this incident. Also, for anyone wanting to assist Queenie Gibson, you can contact her through her daughter at 443-1446. Live here on Nansen Avenue, reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Aja Quant. Back to you, Raven.
Thanks, Azure. Well, today marks the beginning of the crawfish season. The Department of Marine and Agriculture are reminding fishermen about the law that governs the marine industry. The legal measurement for whole crawfish is a jacket length of 3¼ inches. When the tail is separated, a tail length of 5½ inches. Secondly, persons wishing to harvest crawfish are required to have a crawfish measuring gauge in their possession. Thirdly, fishermen must not possess dishwashing liquid, bleach, or any other substance aboard their vessel while fishing, as it is unlawful without first obtaining a permit authorizing such possession. And additionally, a permit is required for the use of the air compressor or crawfish traps to aid in fishing. The official crawfish season ends on March 31st, 2023. A wife and mother using the pain of losing her children to give back in a special way. That story and more when the news continues.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery fully loaded with everything you need and extended hours. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It's back to school with Bellevue Gifts and Supplies. Shop now and get huge savings on composition books, 15% off textbooks, workbooks, school supplies, and all teachers' aids. Rowdy Gifts and Supplies, Queens Highway, making going back to school more affordable.
Hurricane season is here. Residents are asked to visit the Pine Ridge landfill to dispose of vegetative and household debris free of charge. Deliver your debris to the landfill weekdays between the hours of 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or on Saturdays 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
Check out Park and Shop in the Churchill Square for their Emancipation Day sale. 20% off store-wide August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Phone them at 352-7025.
It's going down Saturday, August 5th, as the West End Homecoming and Boat Race Committee present a boat and mass motorcade. Saturday, August 5th, starting with a tailgate party from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. in the International Bazaar. It's party ready with food, music, and drink. Parade starts at 2 p.m. heading east into Port Nagai, parading through the streets of Grand Bahama and ending in West End to climax with the Junkanoo Summer Festival. Saturday, August 5th, starting from the International Bazaar to the west, I say.
Sunland, Tabernacle, Bishop Michael Eldon, St. George's, 8 Mile Rock, and Jack Hayward all participated in this year's relaunch of the Battle of the Brains. Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Oh, they trying to push rich on me. They want to push rich on me. They don't care in front of company.
The King of the North is back. Howard 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A Grand Bahamian woman is recounting her days as a straw vendor and says in order for the now dying industry to thrive, Bahamians must revert to selling the original straw work that visitors have come to love. Here's that report. Industry dates back to the 17th century, eventually flourishing and becoming economically viable in country. Retired Grand Bahama straw vendor Gloria McPhee-Minus recalls weaving a career back in 1972, a time she says was far different than it is now.
I started off at the Lucayan Beach Hotel with my aunt. She was one of the first vendors in Grand Bahama. So that's how I started into the business. You know, it had changed tremendously from there to now. At that time, everybody was looking out for each other.
She says in its heyday, a straw vendor could take home upwards of $1,000 in a single day, largely due to the hours of work put into crafting original and intricately designed pieces. Nowadays, she laments that is not happening.
The straw vendors are deviate from the original straw, but the original straw is what sends the Bahamian straw vendors' children to college and what really do it for all Bahamians. I educate 5 grandchildren off a straw.
So it's true what they say, ain't nothing like the real thing. A walk to a typical stall which showcase different straw bags decorated with flowers and even straw dolls.
They buy the foreign work, and the foreign work, they put Bahamas on it. So given the straw competition, we have world travelers these days. They travel all over the world, and every place where they go, they meet the same thing, but it only have Bahamas on it. But no place they go, they meet the Bahamian straw. Only in the Bahamas.
So how do we preserve the culture?
With me being a retired straw vendor, I offer myself to urban renewal, and I do free classes there teaching them the native straw. And I really believe they need to bring it into the schools. If they teach it into the schools, it's a good living. And they could really make a good living off it if you could separate the imitation from the real thing.
Now on the road to 50, Minus says straw vendors, like many others, have made significant contributions to the development of the Bahamas.
We have straw vendors what never did another job but straw. So when they send their children off to college and they come back like doctors, lawyers, you understand me? Because don't leave us out. Our children are some of the #1 citizens. I hope you have it fair enough.
Switching gears now, it's back to school season, and the Captain Phil Jr. and Three Mates Foundation are on a roll with their second giveaway, this time staged in Pinedale, 8 Mile Rock. They hope to ease the burden of back to school shopping one community at a time. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
I just are very thankful for the bags and the school supplies.
Launched just last month, the Captain Phil Jr. and Three Mates Foundation have hit the ground running and helping those in need. The nonprofit organization was founded in memory of President Baronet Thomas's late husband and children, who tragically lost their lives during Hurricane Dorian. While she misses them greatly, especially around this time of year, she thought it fitting to honor their memory in this way.
I miss shopping for my kids, getting them the necessity for school, so it was a must that I do something at this capacity, and knowing how my kids like to give. My husband is also a giver. I'm like, you know what? This is something that's a part of me, and I want to see their legacy live on.
And while this time is an emotional one, the excitement shown by the kids made it all worth it.
They were excited about the bags, the crayons. We have a lot of kids that were going into high school, and certain things are quite expensive, like student planners and the right books that they need, and even kids that were going into the lower ranks, I would say pre-K. They need the big, thick pencil, which is very costly, so I was able to help these kids in that capacity.
For mother of the late captain, Romelda, it is difficult not having her son and grandkids around, but she finds solace in the foundation's mandate, which is helping communities.
That's something that we are able to do to assist students in this community, the community of 8 Mile Rock, and last week we actually did a drive in McLeanstown to assist the students in East End. So I am grateful to be a part of that.
It's been difficult dealing with such a huge loss going on 4 years, but Baronet says this foundation is meant not just to help her healing journey, but others as well.
Me giving back, me helping others, me encouraging others, me showing others, listen, this horrible tragedy happened to me, but it's my way of pushing through. I can definitely say I've lost it all, but what I haven't lost, that is my motivation and my resilience to push forward. So I am definitely excited about this whole journey that I'm on.
Now the foundation has a number of initiatives coming up in the year, including a ham and turkey drive in November, plus a toy drive in December. But for now, if you have any back-to-school needs, you can feel free to contact Barry at 352-4868. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Good story, Shane. Well, loved ones are still mourning the loss of late former police commissioner Paul Ferguson. Dudley Said, who worked closely with the former police officer through Rehabilitation Committee, remembers Ferguson as someone who had a heart for people and believed that not all offenders were lost causes.
When you sit with Paul Ferguson, you can see the passion. He cares about giving young men a second chance. What was his biggest concern is a lot of those young men, I can't find jobs because of their record, and especially for small marijuana cases. He wanted the board to be all over the Bahamas, and that happened. But Paul Ferguson is a genuine person He loves people, and he believes in giving persons second chance here in the country, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
He remembers fondly Ferguson's role in recommending him to the Prerogative of Mercy Board. The Reach Out founder says he holds the former top cop's mentorship close to his heart and says he will be forever missed.
He always said, when you sit, look over anything that comes in the front of you, look over it carefully. When you make a decision, make a decision on what's in the front of you. And I could see him now just smiling and say, hey, Dudley, I enjoy working with you. We always used to call each other every month. And Paul Ferguson is, I mean, he is a former commissioner, but I think his most proud accomplishment is being on the board. He does love people, and that's what I say. He's going to be sorely missed.
Switching gears now, family, friends, and colleagues of Vanessa Divine Lady Clark all gathering to commemorate the life of the beloved radio personality and talented singer. The memorial was held this past Friday at Blair House. Our Aja Quant was there.
Vanessa said something to me so powerful, I'll never forget it. She said, I told y'all I'm on a faith walk. And I don't need legs to walk by faith.
Heartfelt speeches coming from loved ones at the memorial of Vanessa Clark, reminiscing on the great times they had with her. The room filled to capacity with persons who fondly recall her warm-hearted nature, unwavering passion, and dedication to her craft. Many of them paying their tributes through song.
It's all right now, I'm here. I know.
And worship.
This is one of my favorite songs. Not knowing how we'll get through this day.
Vanessa's family visibly moved by the outpouring of love and support, while Pastor Clinton Morris delivering a powerful eulogy and prayer for the family.
Vanessa says if you try to be like someone else, you only end up looking like a carbon copy. We thank you for taking Vanessa. Help us to release her spirit, because she has been caught up with you. I declare now that eyes have not seen.
The memorial serving as a reminder of the power of Vanessa's music and how she will be forever cherished in the hearts of those who experienced her talents and kindness. Those close to her through music saw it fitting to sing some of her favorite pieces. Vanessa Clark was survived by her husband and 2 daughters. She was just 48 years old. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
All right, your Tuesday check on sports is next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. It's been a busy past few days in sports here on Grand Bahama. Let's begin with baseball.
The Grand Bahama Sports Festival Baseball Tournament wrapped up yesterday at the Emera Baseball Park. The 3-day tournament had 4 teams in the 10U age group, 3 teams in the 13-14 under division, and 3 teams in the college division. It's the 11th year that the tournament was held on Grand Bahama.
These kids can play. I mean, there's no doubt. The GB kids work hard at it and they can play. And that's what makes everything, that's what makes this all worth it. It's the first full one since COVID, so it's nice after 4 years to finally be able to be back. And we had 3 championship games with 3 local teams and 3 visiting teams playing. So that's what makes the whole thing work well.
Team Grand Bahama won the 11U championship game 12-1 versus the visiting Pokers from Florida.
As far as the competition level, this entire weekend we've been seeing consistency from our players. We've done a lot of work throughout the regular season. Of course, it's now the off season. So far, we've been putting in the work that we've already done throughout the regular season. We've been seeing the fruits of that labor now paying off.
In the 14U championship game, Grand Bahama defeated Abaco 21-5 to take the title.
These guys, first of all, they're a 12U team playing in a 15U bracket, so it's good competition for them, helping them get better, and it'll be a great experience for them for their future.
The final game of the night saw Grand Bahama getting the W against the visiting Homestead team out of Florida. Switching gears now in sports, the West End Homecoming Powerboat Race is set for August 7th, August Monday.
High tide is at 2 p.m. on Monday, so taking advantage of this, the jet ski races will begin at 12, followed by the single-engine races, which begin promptly at 1.
And finally in sports, scores from the YMCA Commercial League games played on Monday. Buckeye defeated BM Insecticide 70-64. Clemente Baby D. Martin led all scores with 28 points in the win. Dane Russell scored 21 in a losing effort. Playoffs will begin Wednesday, August 2nd at the YMCA. The top-seeded Polymers will take on Pharmachem at 7:30. Buckeye will take on UNESCO in a second-seeded and three-seeded matchup at 8:30. The playoff series will be the best out of 3.
Ladies and gents, that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
We all need to save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Doctors Hospitals reimagine primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations in Freeport and 8 Mile Rock, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
It's a West End move as the West End Homecoming and Boat Race Committee present West End Homecoming and Boat Race, August 5th through 7th. Saturday, it's the Boat Float and Motorcade, which climaxes into the Junkanoo Summer Festival in West End. Sunday, it's the Pre-Boat Race Block Party featuring D-Mac, Nishi Ellen, and Chahel, hosted by Aaron Rain, music by DJ Future, Jiggy Fire, DJ Sweetmouth, and Big Flag. Monday, starting at 12 noon, is the Boat Race with bowlers from across the Bahamas and U.S. It's a full day of entertainment, cum cracking, watermelon eating, and coconut barking competition. Live performances by Pastor Simeon Elkin and Elkin 360.
It's the capital, Bahamas.
Music by The Future, Sweetmouth, DJ Butler, and Chapey. And the evening ends with a Junkanoo Russia. It's a fun-filled weekend at the West End Homecoming and Boat Race, August 5th through 7th.
Get ready to mash this party.
All about the pre-boat race block party. Listen about, hey, look here, Crawfish on the Bay West End. D-Mark in the building, Sunday, August 6th. Look here, things march up Grand Bahama. You all know how I love you all so much, my Lord. You all know what time it is, like back in West End again, Sunday, the 6th. Sunday, the 6th of August. You all know it's gonna be stupid crazy down there. Buy Coffees on the Bay. See y'all, D-Mark in the building. Woo!
I stay in my zone. She said she don't party hard. I tell her I'm a partier. She tell me she ain't no cutter.
Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. a first aid kit, a 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared. King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Judy Thompson, you are our Facebook friend of the day. She is the beautiful mother of our very own Jolanda Thompson Everest. We hope, Landa, ensured that you had a great one, and we say thank you for always watching. Well, that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Raven Davis. But be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, religious leaders weighing in on a spate of sexual assaults. The family left homeless by fire. Crawfish season begins. And in sports, Kai Jones donates to a local charity. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
We have an understanding of how enraged we would be, and I would be, if my 14-year-old, this is a 9-year-old, but if my 14-year-old was raped or assaulted in this fashion.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lloyd Allen, sitting in for Mukesh Lupinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. We begin tonight with more on that heinous sexual assault of a 9-year-old girl on the weekend, still concerning for many. The incident prompting many individuals to once again call on government, law enforcement officials and community leaders to levy stiffer penalties on the perpetrators. While the Bahamas Christian Council fully supports the move, they are also praying for spiritual intervention as a means to resolve this ongoing dilemma. Altavi's Munnings joins us live in studio with more on the Christian Council's press conference this afternoon. Altavi's?
Good evening, Lloyd, and good evening, Bahamas. The clergymen of the Bahamas Christian Council literally counsel victims of every type of assault every day. It's what they do. And tonight, they're extremely outraged and saddened that a young 9-year-old girl is now the latest victim of sexual violence. These religious leaders lament that something must be wrong in our society, which seems to be moving away from the Christian principles the country was founded on.
We stand as an organization that represent the churches, that our doors are open to go out to those families to provide the kind of counsel and nurture that is necessary from the Word of God for the wholeness to be restored to the young lady, to the wholeness to be restored to the family. And by extension, Pastor Mario will speak to it, that even the perpetrator, that we will ask the law to carry out the full extent of the law, but also we'll share the gospel to try to help change his ways and what he has been perpetrating in our society.
Every single week we have these stories, and it's usually through messages that we deliver on a Sunday that people resonate with and come and speak to us and say, you know, when I was a certain age, this happened to me, and I've been carrying this all my life. Acts of violence against women that we see happen on a day-to-day basis. And so it's these type of things where the church has always stood in the gap to be there for victims and to lead them through these instances.
Christian Council executives agree with revising the Bail Act as they feel the country is doing an injustice to the vulnerable for allowing repeat offenders to commit crimes. The religious community is even partnering with organizations like Urban Renewal to assist in providing a sense of comfort and security for families everywhere.
To try to provide safe spaces in our communities for these kind of playtimes and things to happen. in our church environment, in our parking lots where there is some sense of supervision taking place. And then, 2, we're going to go out more in our societies and do events that give parents the freedom to know that your child is with a girls' brigade, is with a boys' brigade, is with an RA, that's with one of our youth programs, doing something wholesome in collaboration with some of these entities. The church is by far the first responders. That most times when something like this happens in society, there'll be a police officer, be a nurse, be a doctor, but there will be a pastor. There'll be a trusted voice from the church that will be there for the entire journey. So when others would have left and gone home, we'll be there calling on the family, we'll be there praying with the family, we'll be there checking on the family. And most people know this is what the church does well.
And the Christian Council has certainly gotten criticism from what the Court of Public Opinion brands as staying silent on issues of national interest. But President Apostle Delton Fernanda differs.
Every day you go in the community and you see good being done by the church, find a reporter and tell them the church did that. We are here when others are just criticizing on social media. Most people know they have a church and they have a pastor that cares about them.
Do we go to the press and talk about it all the time? No, we don't. And we don't need to, because we're not doing it for the spotlight. We're doing it because we love people. People are hurting. We hurt, we empathize with people when they go through their darkest hours, and we feel their pain.
Christian Council President Fernanda and First Vice President Bishop Mario Moxie insist that it's imperative the country understands the role of the church and how their messages transform lives. Reporting in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Back to you, Lloyd.
Well, thanks a lot, Altaviz. And from the Senate, Free National Movement Senator, the Honorable Michaela Barnett Ellis, is sounding the alarm over what she says is a rape culture in the Bahamas following a string of sexual assaults. Barnett Ellis, who was speaking in the upper chamber Monday evening, says she is left disturbed by the incidents. The latest, the sexual assault of a 9-year-old girl Saturday.
Weekend's reports are heartbreaking. Every time I read these reports and hear these stories, I feel more vulnerable as a woman. I was telling the senators earlier that I've changed the way I work out. I no longer run by myself. I have become hyper aware of my surroundings. I become more and more scared that my beautiful 12-year-old daughter. I do not want to be a helicopter parent, but I must protect my daughter at all costs, because at any given moment, someone could kidnap her and rape her. We not only need laws that offer protection, but we need to come together and have a real conversation about why, as Drew says from the radio show Unfiltered, why we have a rapey culture. We are overdue for that conversation.
And following a breach at the passport office, officials are tonight attempting to assure residents the documents handled by the office are secure. There has been concern raised since it was revealed yesterday that there was a breach at the passport office here in New Providence, resulting in at least 19 empty passport books mysteriously vanishing and just as curiously being found a day later. Our newest team member, Corvell Pyfram, has more.
Chief Passport Officer Kingsley Smith, speaking to ZNS News Tuesday, says 19 passports going missing sometime last week was no accident.
I would say it's not human error. All right? That's as much as I can say on that. That is not human error. It's intentional.
Smith said that when passport officials discovered that the empty books were missing, the matter was kept quiet initially so that inquiries could be made internally before the incident was reported to the relevant authorities. The missing books were eventually found a day later in a location away from where they were stored. While the incident is of huge concern, Smith assures that at no time was the security and integrity of clients' passports or personal information compromised.
There's no compromise of documents. It's an isolated incident where, again, blank passport books will just move from one location to the next. Nothing personal to any citizen as to the documents or the integrity of the books. Nothing on that level was compromised.
Further, Smith notes that thanks to steady upgrades and technology improvements at the office, residents can have full confidence that there's little chance their documents would be handled unscrupulously. He says the office uses one of the most secured printing firms in the world, and the Bahamas, he notes, consistently rates high in terms of international best practices.
These books are also, there are a chip stored in the book, a microchip, that all the information is stored. So when you go to the airport, the information at the border will be retrieved from this chip. Once we would have noticed that those books were missing, they were immediately turned on in the system, rendering those books useless.
This incident comes amid the recent controversy involving Labor and Immigration Minister Keith Bell's handling of several work permits and granting of citizenship matters. While Mr. Smith did not respond directly to that matter, he admits that the timing of all this seems curious.
The data page is made of polycarbonate. This is where the information is stored by laser. So again, the question is, why move the books?
Mr. Smith says the matter is now under active police investigation, and once that probe is completed, the Passport Office will bring those findings to the public. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, thanks a lot, Corval. Additionally, ZNS News spoke with residents on the issue of that missing passport issue, and there is concern.
In every institution, we have what we may call bad apples. And sometimes if the investors go deep enough, you could find out exactly who do what. But do the individual have the nerve to, some people say, follow the money trail?
Something that really needs to be investigated because this is our country and we need to know who is in our country and what's happening, like how things are being issued out. We have to make sure because things hard. You know, people selling, people doing all kind of funny things. So they need to do an investigation because it's really funny that 17 passports would be missing and then end up right back in the same place.
And several families tonight left homeless after a fire ripped through a single-story structure within a Haitian community off Joe Farrington Road here in New Providence on Monday night. The scorched single structure had multiple rooms. The cause of the blaze remains unknown. Luckily, there were no casualties. Police Fire Services Director Chief Superintendent Kirkland Morris on their initial investigation.
The fire department responded before fire appliance. Upon arrival, they met a single-story wooden structure engulfed with flames, but I suspect that it may be 15 rooms or more.
And police are seeking the public's help in locating the driver behind a hit and run that left a female pedestrian dead early Monday morning. And police are seeking the public's help in locating the driver behind a hit and run that left a female pedestrian dead early Monday morning. Police say the deceased was struck by a red Honda as she walked along the southern side of Wolf Road in the area of Palm Beach Street. The hit and run occurred around 12:20 a.m. And still to come, crawfish season officially opens. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. More news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Just when Leo was about to buy this useless pair of Hands underwear, he remembered that it was Tuesday. Hungry for deals? You better come satisfy it at KFC before doing something crazy. Crazy Tuesdays! 5 juicy, mouth-watering pieces of world-famous KFC chicken, handmade with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices for only $10. Crazy Tuesdays! A finger-licking good deal.
This portion of the news is brought to you by folk called Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
And advances made with regards to promotions and staff regularization within the public service. Minister of State for the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, gave an update on the ongoing process ahead of the weekly cabinet meeting Tuesday.
In regard to the social service regularization exercise, which is the employees on the UAP program, we have received 129 recommendations. 92 of those are currently being processed, so they'll be awaiting approval. And then we have another 12 or so that are not quite in the pipeline yet because we're still waiting on documents or the like. We have social services promotions. It remains at 136 that have been processed. There are 37 that are outstanding for various reasons. And there are a number of reasons that promotions can be outstanding. It could be financial costing. In most instances, it can be a lack of documents and waiting for the ministry to bring those documents back in.
Now, following protests by the Bahamas Public Service Union, Glover-Roll says she has met with the union's leader, Kimsley Ferguson, the Labor Relations Unit head, Minister of Health, and Minister of Social Services. Meetings also held with the head of the Oral Health Unit. Staffers there also protesting.
Continue to process promotions across the public service. We had the finance officers that were recently completed with only about 7 remaining, again, pending documentation or other matters. And the Ministry of Works, I'm happy to say we've completed all of the recommendations that we would have received for that ministry. Simultaneously, we're working on the service-wide promotion, which encompasses the entire public service. Every ministry, every department, every island. We're working on the AS assessment completion, and we're planning a number of other assessments. So this is an ongoing process. And while we maintain good working relationship with all of our trade unions, we encourage our unions to come in, even on a weekly basis, let us know the issues that they are being informed of, just in case we don't know at the Ministry of Public Service, so that we can move to readily address those issues.
And for hundreds of fishermen, today an exciting one as the August 1st to March 31st crawfish season commences. This igniting significant movement in areas like Montague Ramp.
Native of Nassau, and that's my favorite dish.
The official start of the crawfish season welcomed by many as fishermen around the country brace for what is expected to be a lucrative session. At Montague Ramp, Gregory Brown notes regulations remains a guiding compass along with keen knowledge of the sea creature.
You know, all the crawfish can be over 5.5 inches past in mass. And, you know, sometimes, you know, at this time they're still spawning in a way. So if you see the crawfish spawning, you can actually leave it because that can reproduce.
Brown says while rainy weather remains key in securing a good catch, it did impact business. However, optimism remains high.
All the restaurant owners out there, if you want to have a live crawfish, not actually live, but if you want to have it whole like this, you come patronize.
Whitfield Morley shares a bit about the art of catching.
We go into the water, we hook them like this. We hook them, sometimes we jerk them, but we didn't jerk them this time because we want to keep them live. And actually, this one here is a man lobster. You see the back leg? It is very straight. This is a man. And if you look at this one here, or listen, this one is a man also. The man has a straight leg to the back.
He says his first catch totaled 5 dozen, while buyers continue to inquire.
And we are very faithful buyers. Want some lesson, like if you order something from me, nobody could buy that. I'm going to hold that for you.
Buyer Will Sidville, visiting from abroad, says the experience of buying was easier than expected.
I traveled from Florida, and I didn't expect to find this crawfish today.
Sidville also successful in acquiring a rare find.
You call them kind of Spanish lobster, the hard back set. They be orange under the rock. They're hard to find. Some might bring like 10 and 20 of them sometimes.
And Marcellus Hall joins us in studio with a check on what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for this evening, NBA player Kai Jones makes a donation to local charities, and we'll give you a deeper look at the Black Point Regatta. That's all ahead in sports.
Are you dreaming of the perfect summer getaway? Apply for a debt consolidation or personal loan to win an airline ticket to Paris, Miami, or New York. Win up to $2,500 in cash and more. For details, call 356-7764 for Nassau, 602-6811 for Freeport, 823-4374 for Abaco.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
September 16th, the date for the inaugural Agrarian Awards is fast approaching, and farmers from all categories are excited to see who will walk away with the big prize. Shavara Roker-Enyas, owner of Chickcharney Farms, has thrown her hat in the race for Female Farmer of the Year.
I decided to enter because I think we have a great track record for the work that we've been doing in agriculture over the last 10 years. And so when I saw the opportunity for an award like this, I figured, you know what, I should just go ahead and enter.
Shavara comes from a long line of generational farming and applauds the Ministry of Agriculture for its efforts.
I feel that this is a great initiative put on by the Ministry of Agriculture, and it's long overdue. I think most farmers may feel as if the work that they've been doing is not appreciated because it's not highlighted. And I think that most persons, their stories do not get told often enough. So being in a position where the Ministry of Agriculture is putting forward an initiative like this and highlighting and recognizing the farmers that are doing such a great work in agriculture is a great initiative, and one that is definitely appreciated by myself and other farmers.
With hard work and determination, Shavara's farms in North Andros and New Providence are continuing to thrive. And now she's hoping to walk away with the title of Female Farmer of the Year and the $10,000 cash prize.
Winning this award would mean so much for us because most persons who are in the agriculture field would realize that at the start of the season, which is in the next couple of weeks, you do always need a bulk of cash or basically funding to get your farm started. So each season, you go through the same exact experience where you have to come up with a large lump sum of cash. Winning this award would definitely give us the funding that we need to start our farm this season.
Stay tuned to the Ministry of Agriculture's social media pages for updates on the finalists. For Good to Grow, I'm Giorgio Bain.
Attention, college freshmen! ZNS wants to send you to college with some great prizes. Just WhatsApp a 10-second video of you holding the name of your college or university to 557-3488 by August 21st. Include your name and you are entered to win really big. For more details, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection protection. Join the family, join the family, Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love, a friend that you can trust, Family Guardian.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the ZNS New College Freshman Giveaway. For more information, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
An inspiring story. Over 100 youngsters within the Golden Gates community receiving treats, toys, and scooters for high academic achievement. The annual Golden Gates Reward and Report Card Day program taking place at the Golden Gates Assembly Park on Saturday. Now, the event hosted by Area Member of Parliament and State Minister for the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover Roll.
To qualify by having a 2.5 grade point average or higher. And we have a few persons that stopped by today. They missed the mark. They did. They were 2.4. And they didn't get a reward because the goal is to encourage them to do better, to aspire to be greater. And I have some students who showed up this year who did not make the grade last year. But this year they came back, they got their reward because they made the grade. So it's about encouraging our young people to always aim higher. Try to aspire to greatness, and that starts with their academics.
Parent Shay McKenzie and 15-year-old St. Andrew's School student Ryder Kaya applauding the initiative.
I think that the hard work has paid off definitely over the school year, and the MP rewarding us with these bikes and gifts is a really good way to reward the students.
It is wonderful for our children to be recognized for their hard work, and we are thankful to Honorable Minister Roll for providing our children with these gifts.
And Sybil Strong Primary hosted the Golden Gates Empowerment and Enrichment Camp over the course of the 2 weeks this summer. Founded by the Area Member of Parliament and Minister of State for the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover Roll, the camp catered to primary school students the first week and middle school students the second week.
It started like last year when we went to like put on Easter eggs and stuff, and my aunt, my Gaudi, basically asked me if I wanted to come to summer camp, and I said yeah.
My favorite experience was making soap and body scrubs.
My favorite is when I get to meet the government.
The Golden Gates MP spoke about what inspired her to create this camp for the children of the Golden Gates community.
I wanted them to have an opportunity to learn, but not necessarily math, English, and all of the other subjects that they have at school. I wanted them to learn about their culture. I want to give them an opportunity to learn crafts so that they can be empowered and even grow their own businesses as young people. So that was the focus around the development of the camp. And most importantly, the camp is focused towards them being active and outdoors.
An unplanned summer camp teaching youngsters to feed themselves. As our Charles Fisher shares, the unconventional camp operated through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, paying off in more ways than one.
In collaboration with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, over 10 students ages 14 through 16 spent 4 weeks learning about the farming industry at Down to Earth Adventure Farm on Cowpen Road.
I used to do the beehives before, and then I actually stopped, but I decided to actually do it again because the bees are really a natural resource. So once you get the beehive set up, you really shouldn't have to be bringing in no honey. You know what I mean? And my objective is to teach all the backyard farmers and teach whoever want to be able to learn about the bees.
Owner Sidney Sinclair stating that the students were eager to learn and get their day started off.
So when they come here, I meet them here in the morning when they walk down in the back here, and everybody excited about what to do and to be here at Down to Earth Adventure Farm because it's an adventurous place, so it's an adventure every day. This here's the top. we had to actually build the top, and then we have the sheeting that goes on top to protect it. Then this box here is what you call the feeder with this cap here. The feeder actually set in here, and when the bees cannot go to work, they would actually crawl through here and come up in the feeder and drink it. And in the feeder, you would actually put either the sugar and water or your syrup so the bees could actually feed.
All in all, the students came away with lots of knowledge.
They learned that in farming, there's so many different parts of farming that you could actually do. It's construction, it's building, it's all sorts of things that actually make up farming because you cannot really pay for everything that you have to do on the farm. You have to learn to be able to do a whole lot of the things yourself.
Just another way of putting your hands to good work. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, thanks a lot, Charles. With Bahamian traditions such as Junkanoo and craft highlighted during the 4-week-long Jubilee Summer Camp, a closing ceremony was held at the T.G. Glover Primary School last week. Academics was also included as some participants were presented with awards for their skills in mathematics, language arts, and the others. Making the presentation was the Member of Parliament for Fort Charlotte, the Honorable Alfred Sears, who hopes the experience gained will assist the children in their school work as well as to improve their lives and increase their potential for future opportunities.
And you must fight for the generation after you. When I sat there and I listened to this journey of majority rule, I remembered the Bob Marley song, Fighting for Survival. So Camp Jubilee is really dealing with reality of what it means to be a sovereign people on a journey of trying to make this country a better country.
And for 33 youngsters, a proud moment celebrated recently as they became the newest graduates of the Y-Dove Martial Arts Summer Camp. Supported by family, friends, coordinator Randy Johnson, and Member of Parliament for Centerville, Jomo Campbell, the group was celebrated as a part of positive Bahamian traditions of respect, manners, and personal development.
This is an excellent effort, and to see the amount of support that we have here today, it still shows that the family structure is still alive and well in the Bahamas, and especially here in Centerville. I want to commend the camp for its structure and its organization and its commitment to building upstanding citizens.
We have a lot of boys and girls from the inner city, and they do well. They do very well because some, when they come, they're ill-disciplined, so they learn a little something about discipline. The camp started June 19th and ends today, the 30th of July. Also, the style of martial arts that they're learning is called White Dove Martial Arts. It was invented and developed by me, Randy Johnson, a Bahamian. It's a Bahamian art. It's something that we can call our own.
And parents Sylvia and Noreen Ash say over the past 6 weeks, they have observed a significant transformation in their 3 daughters and felt it fitting to support them during the graduation.
I'm supposed to be the work right now, so I just had to take a couple of minutes and pass through to make sure that they see me so they know that I care, even though I got to dash back out in short order.
The level of maturity has, since they've started, has really been increased dramatically, and I really appreciate the work that Randy Johnson are doing with my girls.
As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1.
Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a Sand Dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving Sand Dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers. It does not matter
Which of us you choose,
you can pay for goods and services
wherever Sand Dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, and more reliable. Switch today.
I'm Corval Pyfrom. BTC celebrates our country's 50th year of independence. We've been there through it all, and we've been through a lot together. And as we mark this momentous occasion, we're looking back with our All-Stars.
I started at BTC on the 2nd day of August, 1956. And I spent 43 years with the company. When I see a Patelco vehicle pass me, I smile. Because I remember when they had one truck. And if you were assigned to the Western District, that truck dropped you there and picked you up when it was time to get off from work. My fondest memories were the fellowship we had together. I was young. Most of the people there were older than me, and they treated me like family.
BTC was really into training their personnel. We used to attend the college in Bahamas, the specialty courses, put on, sponsored by BTC, and actually was done by BTC personnel at Soldier Road campus in Nassau. Going back now to by 73, during the independence celebrations. At this time, I can't fully remember where I was, but I know I was working in the toll transmission office in 8 Mile Rock. And I think I was on the midnight shift also, so it wasn't much time for celebration from my perspective, but we understand that the seriousness of what our country at that point in time was trying to go to.
It's great to be Bahamian, and we're proud to be the company Bahamians turn to. Happy 50th year of independence, Bahamas. BTC, faster, stronger, more reliable, together, unstoppable. I'm Corval Pyfrom. Be well, and be back here next BTC Connection.
Fiber is here. Sign up today at btcbahamas.com.
One Exumer entrepreneur is reaping the benefits of bringing an old product with a twist to the market. Vaughn Bowe, co-founder of Tiffany's Bubble Waffles, was one of the featured vendors at Exumer's Goombay Summer Festival over the weekend after getting a jump start nearly 2 years ago.
We actually started here in Exuma at the first regatta since the post-pandemic, and ever since it's been a beautiful hit and everyone's been loving our new flavorful dessert. We thought about doing a specialty dessert that we can, of course, Bahamianize and bring a new flavor, a new look, a new vibrant color to what we have to offer. And we did some research, and we found that these bubble waffles are a new popular trending dessert item that's going around many different countries. So we thought to bring it to the Bahamas, bring it to Exuma specifically, and now we're going to branch it out to, of course, different festivals around the other islands.
Now, when it comes to the future, this entrepreneur is eyeing expansion.
Continue just the varieties of how we can expand the waffle, train other persons in different islands so they can also make their own forms of it. Just bring everybody in on the new trend that's going out and a new Bahamian dessert. The flavors that we have are vanilla and cinnamon. We have the guava duff waffle, we have a chocolate chip waffle, and we're trying to expand now to even further flavors.
And from Eleuthera, aviation and tourism stakeholders addressing some of the deficiencies at the island's 3 major airports. Director of Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Romer, and the Airport Authority's Director of Family Island Development, Nico Davis, recently toured the facility as part of the government's aggressive plan to design, build, finance, operate, and maintain 14 Family Island airports under a public-private partnership scheme. Roof repairs at Governor's Harbor Airport and the installation of a new cooling system, fans, and additional seating in the passengers check-in section at North Eleuthera's airport will take place over the next 2 weeks. Tourism's mid-year statistics up to June 2023, recording Eleuthera's overall foreign air arrivals at 53,470. That's 23% higher compared to 2019 and 14% higher than 2022 numbers. And it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Lloyd. We have partly cloudy skies, temperature at 86 degrees, the relative humidity 71%. Winds are now out of the northeast at 4 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,016.7 millibars. That is 30.02 inches. And temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, well, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 86 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Tool, Key, and Marshall, Babaco, the Berry Islands, 86. Alisal, Bimini, 85 degrees, 86 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 83. Black Point, Exuma, and Kemp Space on Andros at 87 degrees. And Fresh Creek, Central Andros, they have a temperature of 82 degrees. Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, 81 degrees, 86 in Georgetown, Exuma, 85s in Regatta Island, Clarence Down, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 87. Acklands, 87. Matthewtown, Nagua, 83. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 87 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter in the Northwest and Central Islands tonight right through Thursday. Those winds are going to be light and variable with flat sea conditions 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. Tide-wise, high tide at 8:26 tonight. You can expect another high tide at 8:47 tomorrow morning. Now for the southeast bounds, also through Thursday, easterly flow. The winds are going to be a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots. The wave height 3 to 6 feet. So we'll keep those caution flags in place for the southeast Bahamas through Thursday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. Got to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. Your car up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
If you've got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Attention, college freshmen! ZNS wants to send you to college with some great prizes. Just WhatsApp a 10-second video of you holding the name of your college or university to 557-3488 by August 21st. Include your name and you are entered to win really big. For more details, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
Everyone hates a dead car battery. Why not get a battery that lasts and has a 12-month warranty and is only $64.50? Intercontinental batteries are made with German technology, compatible with Japanese, US, and European vehicles, and adapts to warm climates. All right, good to go. These batteries are high quality, affordable, innovative, and only available at AID. Visit us online or WhatsApp us at 427-0026. AID, all you really need and more.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on a Tuesday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. The Bahamas Government Departmental Basketball Association is in full swing these days over at the AF Alley Gym. Amajal knows in attendance.
Action picking back up in the Bahamas Government Departmental Basketball Association last night at the AF Adderley Gymnasium. 2 games on deck. First up would be the Real Deal Rangers and the Customs Taxmen. Look at the highlights. Rangers guard Joey Marshall would maneuver through the defense for this tough basket. His only field goal on the night. On the other end, Taxman guard Warren Miller would get into the lane for 2 of his game-high 16 points. The Rangers working the ball around the perimeter. Chico Francis in the corner for 3. He had 9 on the night. The Taxmen would get some luck on this 3-point shot from Tyreek Williams, but that will be all the luck they would be able to muster up in this one. The Rangers would remain undefeated on the season and cruise to a 71-40 win.
So far, we performing good because we 3-0. You know, we play some of the smaller names, so we expect to be 3-0. When we meet the bigger teams, we got to prove where we stand in the league.
While it's still early on the year, head coach James Price could be seen having some spirited conversations with his veteran team during a few of the timeouts. He gave us some insight on what he was telling his players.
Well, with basketball is not a one-man sport. We have 5 players on the court, but if one man just keep dribbling and turning over the ball and shooting everything, it ain't gonna make the team happy. All I was telling them is, we got to move the basketball. If you don't move the ball, like put you on the bench, let somebody else do their job. Then you can see what I explained to you.
Game 2, we would see the Airport Authority Avengers taking on the Bamboo Shack Patrollers. Opening up the scoring would be the Patrollers with this triple from Kareem Lightbourne Jr. He would finish with a team-high 21 points. Patrollers would hit the glass hard early in the first half. Cleaning up this missed attempt would be Preston Ferguson Jr. He had 7 rebounds on the night. Also crashing the glass on the next side of the ball would be Cam Cherry with this putback, 2 of his game-high 24 points. He finished with 9 boards as well. This one would go down to the wire, but it would be the Airport Authority Avengers escaping with the 70-65 win. Government League action resuming on Wednesday at the AF Adderley Gymnasium. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Still with hoops, one of the members of the men's national basketball squad, Kai Jones of the Charlotte Hornets, making his presence felt off the court with a local charity. Swanson Gibson has the story.
The Mirror Mentorship Program hosted a ceremony at the Kendall Isaacs Gym on Monday. Founder and coordinator Melissa Allen Maynard described the concept of the program.
Mirror is a sustainable justice program that is geared towards young boys, at-risk young boys between the ages of 11 and 15. This will be a 2-year program where we will have mentors internationally as locally. We'll mentor these young boys for the next 2 years. We will also be tracking these young men. The approach is to provide a holistic growth and development for them.
Bahamian NBA player Kai Jones's KJ Foundation worked in collaboration with the Mirror Mirror program. Jones was not in attendance. His mother, Casperentina Ellis Jones, spoke on his behalf.
It's something that we feel very dearly about, and that is, in fact, impacting and empowering young men of this country. Kai is a child of the soil. He grew up playing basketball at Malcolm Park. Never imagined that that experience would have taken him this far, but believing that as long as he continued to pursue his dreams, that was possible.
She also discussed the excitement around the Charlotte Hornet Center participating in the FIBA Olympic pre-qualifiers.
There's a lot of excitement behind that right now, especially, you get to support your country. And when you have experienced the success that Kai has right now with being getting into the NBA, and knowing that you're from a small country, the Bahamas, we're just a very small fraction of greatness in the earth. And so to be able to represent your country, having reached those success, and to go alongside other countrymen like Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton, I mean, who's not excited about representing their country on a world stage?
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Swanson Gibson.
And back over to Black Point Exuma, where once again Charles Fisher goes a little deeper into the upcoming regatta and homecoming.
It's not only about sailing in Black Point Exuma this weekend, but the feature attraction is the world-famous Ugly Man Contest.
If you think you're ugly, if you believe you're ugly, if you got any ugly friends, we're going to take you to Black Point for free. We have the ugliest of ugly people in the world. When we bring them out this year, I think those group of people, I don't think no mother in the world could really say that this is their child. Sometimes when they see them and when you try to interview the mother of these ugly people, the mother of them don't want to come to be interviewed to say, this is my child.
Don Rule, Public Relations, claiming Black Point is the only place in the world where people are paid to be ugly.
Fly them down to Black Point. We're going to have to keep them in storage before we bring them to the site. They're too ugly. You have to sign up. We have over 100,000 views, and people calling in. They're on the radio saying, where can I sign up? You have to go online. We have over 100,000 views online. Black Point Ugly Man Contest. You can sign up there, and then once you qualify to be ugly now, because a lot of people who's coming in, first they're not ugly, but because of the prizes that Moses and I and Julian, all of us come together and say, you know what? People see the prizes, and they say they want to be ugly. We also got sued in the Ugly Man Contest because the fella said he was too ugly to not win the Ugly Man Contest. So we have a legal thing going on right now with the Ugly Man Contest, but we're going to settle out of court.
That's not the only event visitors can look forward to.
Bringing out talent for the young ones, and then we're bringing out talents for the old ones. So if you're over 90 and you can, like the American Idol, we're doing the Black Point Idol this weekend. So if you're over 90, we're going to have the Black Point Idol. Then plus we're having a major Junkanoo parade going on Black Point Carnival.
And to cap it off, some outstanding residents will be honored.
We're having a swimming competition for the late Defense Force officers. The late Vincent Wright, Ricky Johnson, Javante Miller, Peter Metro, and Gully. We're honoring them in a swimming competition. We're going to also have a mango, watermelon eating contest. We're going to tie you down. We're doing it different. We're going to lay you on the ground. Instead of standing up, we're going to lay you on the ground, and you have to eat it laying on the ground. So Black Point is going to be different this year.
Sounds like Black Point is the place to be this August Monday holiday weekend. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And that's your Tuesday check on sports. Don't move a muscle. We have a look at the weather just ahead.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Hi everyone, when heading to Florida to shop for your essentials, book your transportation with GoGoFlorida.com. The $100 cash deposit is back and accepted at Fort Lauderdale, Miami, or Palm Beach. Now there are lots of options to choose from, but I like the Tesla X, the electric vehicle, because I don't have to worry about gassing up, or the Jeep Compass seating 5 with lots of space for your luggage or shopping bags. So for the best deals, book now at GoGoFlorida.com. Also available at Bahamas Air Sales Office.
When we started Stormframe Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the out outlets.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Years ago, a new era began. 50 years of a small country doing big things. Our faith, our people, and our values are the source of our strength. Together we share joy and survive the hardest times by leaning on each other. Now, as we confront a changing world, we need to grow stronger. That means standing up for ourselves, protecting our borders, investing in our family islands, growing more of what we eat at home, owning more of our economy, and above all, investing in our people, lifting each other up. That's who we have always been. We know where we came from, so we know where we're going. Happy Independence, Bahamas. May God bless us all.
Come, celebrate with a grateful nation. This son of the soil, a great Bahamian, a living legend and national hero, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis. Cat Islanders from throughout the archipelago will converge in beautiful Cat Island, August 2nd through 6th for the annual Cat Island Regatta, incorporating a national event honoring the Prime Minister, Philip Brave Davis. Only ZNS will have live coverage of this series of historic events. You won't want to miss History in the Making here on the ZNS Network.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, that area of low pressure in the north central Atlantic, well, it's continued to move into cooler waters, and we expect it to gradually dissipate over the next several days. We're now giving it about a 30% chance of any kind of development. Closer to home, though, we still have that mid-level troughing across the southeast Bahamas, which will continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms, particularly in the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. And then in the north, we have another upper-level troughing over the northwest Bahamas, and that, too, will supply us with some shower activity, since isolated thunderstorms over the next couple of days. In between there, high pressure's in control, so we're looking at pretty nice weather for the most part. Tonight, we're going in for partly cloudy, warm conditions, 81 degrees for your low temperature, and tomorrow, it's going to be partly sunny, high temperature 89 degrees, and extended weather forecast. Pretty nice tomorrow, but Come Thursday and Friday, we'll have those thunderstorms working their way back into our forecast as that trough drifts a little southward. And on Saturday, things get a little better, but we'll continue to have a little bit of showers in the forecast. Sunday, cloudy conditions, and we open up the skies as we head into the early part of next week. Temperature-wise, going to be not too bad over the next couple of days. We're going to keep you in the upper 80s, and then we get back into the 90s as of Saturday. Lloyd?
Sounds like a bearable next few days there, Basil. And before we end, we want to wish our executive chairman, Mr. Picewell Forbes, a very happy birthday from the management and staff here at the Broadcasting Corporation. We hope you enjoy your special day. Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for watching and continue to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, I'm Lloyd Allen. Thank you for watching, and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.